Hi everyone, welcome to another picture from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. We have a very cute looking flower here today to do, and I have just been having a little look and thinking about what colour to do it in, and I think we're going to do this one in a pale blue. I'm just, I have a look at all the other pictures. I can zoom out to show you, and I'm thinking, we haven't got much blue. In this particular row, we haven't got much blue. We've got the pinks and reds and purples. And this is obviously a leaf, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be green. I've got a few ideas for that one, but that's for tomorrow. So I was thinking of blue, but I wanted it to be different to this blue. So I thought a light blue. That was just my sort of thinking, really. Trying to sort of almost randomise in an organised fashion. Sounds bonkers when I say it out loud, but anyway, I am going to start with the Cobalt Turquoise, and this is our lightest blue, and I'm going to do all of the petals in this to start with. Now I'm going to do a fairly light layer because I'm going to layer a few other colours on top. I do want these very ends here to be quite light blue. But this centre part I will darken up in a bit. So I thought I would just go quite gently, and we can go over with more layers. It's better, I find, to do that than to go in quite hard to start with, and then you have no options really. You have to leave it at that colour. And it's more relaxing to go slowly, I think. I am a fast colourist, there's no arguing with that. I do a lot of pages quickly, but I do try not to rush. But my pace of life is quick, and it's not stressful for me. I like to do things fast. I like to do my chores fast. I like to do my work fast, and then I can chill. I don't walk really fast when I'm out and about. Actually today I was feeling a bit tired when I was walking back. I'm going to go for the next darkest blue in the 72 set, which is the Cerulean Blue Light, and I'm going to do a few darker areas with this one. Yeah, I felt a little bit tired. I started off with a really fast pace when I left the house because I wanted to get back because I had things to do. And I always think actually when you're walking it's quite good to walk fast. Oh, we've gone right over that one. I don't really want to go over the lines there, so I'm going to erase that in a bit. So yeah, walking fast, I think it's good. And so I walked fast, but on the way home I felt like I was trudging a little bit. I was feeling tired, and actually I worked out what it was. I do find it's quite odd. I don't know if anyone else finds that, but it's just me being a bit odd. I'm just going to use my eraser to get rid of that little bit. If I get dehydrated, I feel very tired. Like my legs feel wobbly, like they can't hold me up. It's very, very odd. So, and I only get this when I'm out walking. And this morning, although I'm back with the Cerulean Blue Light, just to finish off this now, I've erased it so I want it a little bit darker near the centre here on each leaf. And now I'm going to go back to the lighter blue that we were using, the Cobalt Turquoise, and just go over it all. We may find that makes that too light and we might have to, but that's okay. I just want another layer. We've got too much paper showing through for my liking. Yes, so I went out this morning, I had breakfast, and normally I have another drink about 9 o'clock, 8:30, but I left at 9, so I didn't have a drink. So I think I was a bit dehydrated. I only have one drink with my breakfast, and I usually just spread my drinks through the day. I usually have one with each meal, 3 meals, one in the evening, and then usually a couple in the morning and one in the afternoon, something like that. But it does depend on what I'm doing. If I'm recording videos, I have one beside me. When I get started, it usually goes cold, so I might get a bit of a delay. And when my mum calls me, I usually make a drink while she's on the phone and have that. That's nice. Have a coffee. But thankfully she's feeling a lot better, which is good. She's had COVID, but she's okay. And my dad's caught it off her. But they're doing fine. They're taking it in their stride and saying it's just cold like. They're just a bit, you know, they'd like to go out, but they're not. Yeah, but they're Skyping people and phoning people and, you know, Indigo Light. I sent my mum a little plant as a prezi. It's a get well prezi, but she's, I think it's causing her some problems because it's so thirsty. She has to water it twice a day. So I've caused, no, that was her plant I gave her for her Mother's Day present, that's right. No, I sent her some flowers. She hasn't mentioned them, so I assume they've gone over by now, which is fine. I'm also going to put a little touch of that here. So I sent my dad, because I sent my niece a little prezi when she had a nasty cold. Hers was just a cold, but actually she was really quite poorly. And poorlier than my parents, funnily enough. Going back to this to do these central pieces. I sent her a little prezi, so I sent my mum some flowers, and I thought I'd send my dad something because he's got it now. He was perky and fine. He was just cooking lunch when I was on the phone. He was absolutely fine. But I sent him a book that we'd been talking about. I thought because he's inside, it'll give him something to do. He can read a book. I mean, he watches telly and stuff. I'm going to use that in the middle. So he'll find things to do, but I just thought, you know, it's a bit different. I could have sent him some flowers as well, because he does like flowers, but I just thought it'd be different. So we'll see. And it's a book that I'd quite like to read, to be honest. If he likes it, I'll get it for myself. So it's about, I'm just looking at this, and I'm going to go back in with the indigo light and just do a little bit more around here. It's not quite standing out as much as I had planned. Yeah, it's a book on leveling your glucose levels. It's not necessarily for diabetics, it's for everyone. And it's about how you can change the way you eat slightly to help you feel better, basically. If your blood sugars don't spike and trough so much, you get less cravings, you feel more energized. I'm going to use the Juniper Green for the beginning of these leaves and things like that. And I know this already, having had non-diabetic hypoglycemia as a child. I know I have sort of adapted my diet to help my moods and my things like that, which has been very beneficial. But this had some new info in it and backed up some things that I've heard, so it was quite fun. Like she said, have some vinegar before your meal, not just, don't glug down a bottle of vinegar, that's revolting, but have some apple cider vinegar in a glass of water, Pthalo green light. And I had heard this and I thought, this just sounds a bit far-fetched, you know, and a bit like the vinegar company wants to sell some vinegar, do you know what I mean? I think in the UK we get a bit sceptical about this sort of thing, but she explained why that actually works. That the acids in the vinegar actually make the muscles take in more glucose, so it's not in your bloodstream, so it's not spiking so high. And I'm sort of assuming it's because when muscles get lactic acid, they take in more glucose when you're exercising, and maybe the acetic acid in the vinegar has a similar effect, but I'm not entirely sure. That's my guess because I haven't read the book. I just heard a little bit of information about it, but it all fascinates me. And I can use the Viridian to just make the leaves a little bit darker. My dad has been watching programs on the body and is very interested in it. Actually, for his birthday in February, he asked me to buy him a book about the body and how it all works. He finds it interesting, so hopefully he'll enjoy this book too. And it also talked about how the order that you eat makes a difference and how things like that. And I just thought it was fascinating. There we go. Now I'm thinking I'm still not 100% happy with this blue. It looks, there's too much paper showing through. What I'm going to do is actually blend it. Because I don't want it to be darker, I just want it to lie down better on the page, if that makes sense. Burnishing might make more sense, but I'm not daring enough to burnish it. I'm going to use my Caran d'Ache blending stick and see if it works. Now, Caran d'Ache only works with certain brands of pencil, I have found, so I don't know how well it's going to work with this one. Oh, I think it's okay. You can judge whether you think it's making any difference. I think it has. Might be tricky to see on film. It's always quite hard for me to know exactly what you can see, and even when I can look at it afterwards when I'm editing on a big screen, you might be watching on a mobile phone. It's quite small, you might struggle to see. I hope it's okay. Okay, right. I think that's okay. I prefer that. I think it looks better to me anyway. What I'm going to do now is just a few little end touches. You can leave it here. I'm actually really pleased with it here, but I think I just want to fiddle with it a little bit more. I might end up ruining it. We'll see. I'm going back to my indigo. I'm just going to extend these little lines here a little bit that Johanna has drawn and put a few lines into the petals. I think it just might make them look a little bit more interesting than just being plain blue. Like that. But you might prefer them just plain, but I've just done that. I'm happy with that. I quite like that. So that's it. I'm not going to fiddle anymore because I really will go over the top. I had thought about doing some white dots. They're not really going to show up on the blue. I think it's a bit too pale. So I think we will just leave it there for today. So thank you for watching. I hope that was okay. I found it fun. I hope you did too. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, and do please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It is really useful for me. It lets more people see the videos because YouTube goes, oh, people like that, we'll show it to more people. And hopefully it means then that other people get to enjoy colouring as much as we do. So thank you so much. Have a lovely day and happy colouring.